The journey.
The journey was organized. There was a group of people, youngsters. The funny part was always, I was supposed to meet my uncle in what was Palestine in those days. And people put me on the bus and said, the driver, you let him off at the gas station there, they'll take care of it. And I walked to find my uncle. He had a farm there. So you walked? Sure. I had my high, what do you call them? Riding boots.
Boots.
They thought you're going to be a farmer, you visit your farmer uncle. You put a riding, leather riding boots up to here. That's what I want.
So where was that? Was that still in Europe?
No, that's what Israel now.
And that was Israel.
So there's a big there's a big jump from where you were in Czechoslovakia to being in Israel, right?
Can you talk
many
a little bit
days
about
or many times?
13 and a half years old. And I was visiting my uncle's farm.
Yeah.
And there was an aunt and two cousins there, so it wasn't so bad.
But what about getting there, Karl, from the Czech Republic to
Israel?
Wasn't it your brother?
You know, you had to go through Italy, where you would get on a boat.
Yeah.
And of course, Italy was not in the war yet.
Yeah.
So all those people after me could not go that way anymore. You know, Italy they joined the World War with Germany. I don't know what year it was. But I could still go through Italy. We ended in Trieste and get on the boat and came to Haifa. But you know, they always think
So how did you get across the Mediterranean?
it was a boat.
It was on a boat.
So was it organized or was it random or?
It was organized. So there's some funny stories. How did you find Italy? It was the first time that I ate spaghetti.
In Italy, in which country, which city?
It's called Trieste.
Trieste.
Well, we never had it.
Spaghetti before then.
Spaghetti, that's hilarious.
So, funny things like that.
How long were you in Italy?
I don't remember, a day or two. But
Short.
there was enough to have a meal there.
To have spaghetti.
Yeah, we got spaghetti.
So then you took the boat across.
Both to Haifa.
To Haifa.
But what they always say, well, how did you get from Haifa to your uncle? I had an uncle in a place called Binyamin. He said, well, they put me on the bus and they told the bus driver to let him off. So they let me open it. It was a sort of a gas station. He said, well, here you ought to go to Alfred Pico. So I got off. In these riding, they thought I'm going to be on a farm. I had riding boots. I was walking to my There was no street here at that time. You were walking through sand. It was primitive.
Right.
So what was the duration of the journey, approximately?
2 weeks.
Well,
a month.
the part on the boat must have been 5-6 days.
Yeah.
But then we got off at Haifa and we stayed overnight in some
Friend's home. Just a place.
Had you been to Haifa?
The whole group. So I had my first night was, I think it was on the Carmel. We stayed overnight on the Carmel. But they always said, what wasn't so strange? They just told you to told the bus driver get off, and you'll find your way. I did find my way.
And you did find your way.
And it's all about asking.
And you found your way.
There's so much.
So you show up at the town, you get off the bus, and then what do?
Well, I get up there was a station there. Phones were a rarity, so they didn't probably call. You know, the police had phones, but the simple people didn't get a phone. Well, you go this way and you ask where is the Alfred Tico farm. I did.
kind of the series of,
Well,
The Tico Farm.
yeah, there were no streets in those days. It was all sand.
Yeah.
I had my riding boots on. I never
set.
wore them afterwards. Nobody was wearing riding boots. That was the idea. That when you're a farmer or when you want to be a farmer, you get
Right.
riding boots.
Right.
I don't know what happened to them.
and those were from when you left Czechoslovakia, right? You had those boots on.
It was October 1939. The war was on already for a month or so.
So it's 39, okay,
Wow.
that's helpful.
Wow.
And
So
the
was
only-
that
the only
really
way
good?
it would go my way was Italy was not in the war yet. They came into the war about a month or 2 months
After that.
So it's October 39, and when did you end up in Israel?
I don't know the date.
You don't remember?
I mean, approximately.
October 1939. The war was.
So a month.
Yeah,
Like a month.
It
you
took a
traveled.
month.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
What did you have with you? You had your riding boots. What else?
I had a riding boot.
What
I
else
remember
did you
those
have?
because nobody wears them anymore.
What
You're
else?
like, where's this Tico going?
What else?
You have
What
two
else?
suitcases, one suitcase?
I had, well, there was a suitcase that was, I don't know what happened to that.
Yeah.
They must have put it on the bus with me.
Come on, Carl, how many pairs of underwear did you have?
Underwear was the last of my problems.
Right, exactly.
So, were you able to communicate with your family at all?
Well,
You know, your
Yes,
family in
both
Czechoslovakia.
German-
Once you were in, were you able to communicate?
in Czechoslovakia, you usually learn German as a second language. Where I was born, half the city was German.
Right.
What happened after the war, all the Germans were expelled and had to walk to the border to Austria. They were not treated very nicely. I mean,
No.
the family,
Right.
you suffered there.
All the Germans that lived in Czechoslovakia were forced
Well,
out.
Today it's called Brno, it's a Czech name.
What's it called?
Brno, B-R-N-O.
Uh-huh.
The German name
It's
is.
called Brünn and
It was half German, half Czech.
Uh-huh.
The Czechs were usually in the suburbs, working in factories. The Germans were the richer part.
My grandmother lived in a town, a German town, that was then ceded to Poland. So
What do you call it?
to Poland,
Oh,
to Poland, and so her family, she lived in America, so her family was now behind the Iron Curtain, so she really couldn't go visit them or see them. And they were no longer part of Germany, they were part of Poland after the war. So, but
it's sad because my brother was only 2 years younger, and maybe my mother would have let him go, maybe. But there was a cutoff at age 12, I think. He was a little bit younger than 12. And it's always complicated. You wonder, would my mother let him go?
Yeah.
My father was already arrested by the Germans, and probably nothing to say.
well, so you know what? I don't want to hear any more about any of that stuff. Tell us about Chicago. You got to Chicago.
Chris. Nice job, Chris.
We're recording.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No, nice job.
No, that's
So-
okay. It's
So you get to Chicago. What year is it? You're married. Where did you go on your honeymoon?
Well, I was saying, 1939, I was still
Right, you were married in 58, you said.
Yeah.
So where did you go on your honeymoon?
We went to Florida. Really.
What?
Yeah, we went to Florida.
Spring break, woo!
You and Al Capone. No, that was earlier. And so what were the highlights of Chicago in the 60s? Chicago, I mean, I was,
Having 5 kids.
They didn't do that right away though.
Yeah.
Before
in
they
the
had
60s.
kids.
In
Well,
the
I'm
60s.
sure.
were you
I don't-
a Bears fan, a football fan? No. You
A's.
care about any
I
sport?
was working in the office every day.
Uh-huh.
Barry was born in '59.
Yeah. So that was the
Well, it's
60s.
quick.
So right away you got busy.
You had kids right away, Carl.
To make a living. living.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Make a living,
Nobody else.
exactly.
Where did you go to school?